Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 3 of Hell's Paradise. So, last time we just got to meet the other prisoners going to, well, paradise, and we just really got to delve more into our main characters a little bit. See their fears and their concerns and everything leading up to this mission to get the elixir of life. Which is really good character work. But at the end of the episode, we finally are about to arrive at paradise. We see the boat carrying everyone, the 10 prisoners who are remaining that will take on this mission, and their 10 uh, guards, basically. I forgot the word. I just woke up not that long ago, so I'm a little out of it. So I'm still trying to remember all the words and phrases and names right now. We'll get it. We're only 2 episodes in for this, so we'll get things down. So we saw a lot of killing last time, and we got kind of glimpses at our new associates who are going on this job with us. We see there is a cannibal courtesan, which is just fucking hilarious to me. There's this blonde dude who is very ready to kill anything and anyone. We have a dude who I think was referred to as the bear, who is just sleeping during the entire meeting with everyone, including the shogun. We have a kunoichi who showed some interest in Gabimaru. We have just a bunch of people. It's hard to remember all of them. There's 10 of them total. Well, 9, not including Gabimaru, but yeah. I'm interested to see how they all die. Because let's be honest, they're gonna die. They are set up to do so. Maybe 1 or 2 of them will survive, and a couple of them will obviously survive longer than the others. I'm hoping that they die in ironic ways, though, just for the shits and giggles. Like the cannibal courtesan, I hope she's eaten. That would just be so satisfyingly hilarious. But during this mission, like I said, they each have a watcher or whatever with them, one of the sword testers, and in order to get their pardon, they have to come back with the elixir of life and their sword tester. Excuse me. So not only can they not kill their sword tester, and I'm using that term because I can't remember the name of the otherwise. Again, just woke up not that long ago. But they have to come. Not only can they not kill them, they also have to basically protect them. They have to protect them, and they have to get the elixir of life, keep themselves safe. This isn't like a competition, because I'm presuming, based on what has been said and everything, whoever comes back with their sword tester and the elixir of life gets the pardon. It doesn't matter if it's multiple of them or just one of them. If all of them were to come back and they had the elixir of life, all of them had their sword testers, they would all get pardoned. That's what it's basically said. But we know that's not going to happen. So the big question is, what are they in store for? What are the monsters or demons or whatever is killing these people who have gone over there and causing flowers to sprout from them? Because it's either some kind of monster or demon, or it's just the land itself. The land is rejecting them, and when they die from whatever, Or maybe the land itself is like killing them, like using like plants and everything. But when they die, like the land causes flowers to sprout from their corpses as a way of like the land reclaiming them. But also we saw like they're coming back. Like I assume that they're alive when they start the journey back, but when they arrive they've already died. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works yet. We're gonna have to find that out. Um, but there was a lot of symbolism last episode regarding death and fear and vulnerability. And we see that despite his insane skill and everything, that Gabimaru still feels those emotions. That he's not like this perfect emotionless soldier like everyone thinks he is. He's not hollow. And on top of that, the girl, his watcher, I cannot remember her name right now. I remembered her name last time, but I can't remember it now. Dude, tired, y'all. Um, but we had a lot of depth added to her last time. We see a lot about how she struggled with this line of work and how, because of empathetic feelings towards people, she's concerned whether or not she's caused these people she's killed, these prisoners and these criminals, she's concerned whether or not she's caused them pain when killing them. So much so that she has these visions of herself naked and being like swarmed by the corpses, the headless corpses of her victims. And it's a really heavy bit of imagery. But yeah, it's something that she has to work on, not to ignore, but to acknowledge and to basically live alongside, to live with. It's it's not about it's not about ignoring it. It's not about like trying to push those feelings away, but it's also not about um excuse me. It's also not about embracing those feelings necessarily. It's about acceptance. There's a difference between acceptance and embracing. And so we'll see how those feelings come even more to light as they reach this supposed paradise, which is still being referred to as, despite the fact that people are dying and nothing's exactly working out well there, from all the people who have gone there before. Like, you're calling it paradise, but you're sending condemned prisoners to try and survive long enough to get the elixir of life. It's like, that doesn't seem like a paradise to me, but whatevs. Yeah, I'm excited to get to more of this, so we're just gonna do so now. Sorry for the lighting. It might be a little dark. It's a little cloudy, a little overcast out there. Hopefully it brightens up a little bit, but I can't say for sure. If it gets too dark, I do have my light I can grab. But that's if it gets too dark. Right now, I think we're still fine, but we'll see as it continues on. For now, though, let us get this going. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So we got demons. Yep. And that dude was very quick on the uptake, understanding exactly what was going on there. He lopped off his hand right at the right time. Um, let's talk about what led up to that, because that was like a really sudden thing at the ending. So this episode focuses on a lot on Gabimaru's struggle, on his struggle between how he was raised to believe that strength is the most important thing a warrior can have, and that emotions are just weakness. And he's also struggling with between that and the fact that his wife has taught him elsewise. His wife has taught him and influenced him to understand that emotions are strength, that they're important. And I like that. I love seeing this kind of internal struggle with our character. And we see that during the fight he has with Sagari, he is trying to kill her based on logic, based on the kind of strength that he was raised to believe, but his emotions are stopping him from actually doing so. He had multiple chances to actually end her life. There were multiple points where he could have won, but he hesitated because he knew it wasn't right, because he knew that even if it was logical, it was still wrong. And that's good to see that he is struggling with that. And Sagari is struggling between how she sees him, whether to see him strictly as a criminal or as a human being who is worthy of getting another chance at life. And in the end, just like Gabimaru falls to his emotions, you could say, she falls to hers. They choose to live by their emotions. He no longer tries to kill her, and she agrees to basically be nicer to him, to put her stock in his attempts at reclaiming his life and everything. And so it's good to see these characters grow and continue to struggle with these things. We also had quite a few deaths in this episode, and I think it was a little too quick, personally. It's my only issues so far with this episode, and I guess only real big issue with the series, outside of the first episode starting off a little slow. They just killed off, like, I don't know, like, almost half of the criminals. Or, okay, I think it's maybe like 3 or 4 of the criminals, and then one of the Asaimon were killed off in, like, one fell swoop. Like, obviously, we have the first one that Gabimaru comes across. Okay, that's fine. He fights this, the criminal, this one dude who's a weapon lover. He gets off on trying out new weapons and stealing weapons and stuff. And Gabimaru fights him and kills him with his own weapons. It's a beautifully ironic death. It's wonderful. But then we see a bunch of people, like, kind of die off screen. We see, like, what leads to their deaths very briefly. But, yeah, we see the bear guy who he was asleep during most of this, and especially during the entire explanation and everything. And he just kills that, who I assumed was Sagari's mentor, the red-haired guy. It's like he seemed really important, but no, he's just dead. He was just violently killed. Okay, that caught me very off guard, actually. Because I thought he was going to be actually pretty important. But we also see a couple of the others are killed pretty quickly. And it's kind of disappointing, especially with the cannibal courtesan. It's like, I wanted to see more from her, you know? it's like all we really see in this is she's kind of like she kind of gets her flirt on with her Asaimon guard, and and it's very clear she's gonna like try to eat him, try to kill and eat him. But then it's like it cuts, and the next time we see, she's just dead. She just had her neck sliced almost all the way through. It's not even an ironic death, you know? Also, she wasn't like fully killed. The Asaimon guy was just walking away, like didn't take her head. Aren't they supposed to take the heads? It's just like that's just disappointing, you know? I wanted to see more from her. I wanted to see more of what she could do. But for her to die that quickly and easily is just honestly disappointing. Um, but it seems like the big ones are still around, and from what we could tell, like some of them are forming alliances. But from what's said and what's shown, the Kunoichi girl is only pretending to be aligned with the one other. And we also see at the end, we see one of the other ones who seemed like one of the more threatening ones, but he actually also seems now a lot more reasonable. I guess you could say he's not like just some bloodthirsty monster. He actually is pretty reasonable and able to be, you know, gotten through to. Um, but we see him and his Asaimon walking along, and they notice a butterfly, a giant butterfly. But the criminal guy, he notices the butterfly has a human-like face, and then notices it has a stinger, and it had stung him. He puts two and two together that must be how people are turning into plants and stuff, how flowers are blooming from them and everything. So, like, without hesitation, he slices off his own hand and ties up the wound, which surprises the shit out of his Asaimon, which is completely fair. It's like, the fuck just happened? Why'd you do that? And he's like, look at the butterfly. It looks like a dude. Butterflies not supposed to look like dudes. This is not right. So we see some other bugs start to come out, and they look like freaky as well. It's like, okay, so we have demon insects. But then there's like a giant demon creature that pops up as well that has like fingers coming out of its facial orifices, and it's like, I'm sorry, what? So I was right on the demons, that much is clear. And I was even right that the demons caused all of this. So that is confirmed now. I'm just curious as to like why and how, and like there's a lot of questions that go into this. How are the big ones just automatically more dangerous? Do the big ones like that, the big humanoid ones, are they able to transform you as well, or will they just kill you? It's hard to say, but from what we can see now, Gabimaru is going to fight them. Sagari's like just freaked out. And yeah, it's like, this is just really kickstarting. Everything's kind of going to hell. Possibly quite literally. And we did find out in the episode at the beginning that there is precedence for this mission. It's not just like some rumor or anything. The reason why they've been so insistent is because there has been someone who has been seen to have taken this elixir. He did take this elixir after a journey here, and he did become immortal from it. He even showcased that, like showing, like being attacked by all these weapons, having his guts spilled and everything, and he was just fine. He was just smiling. It's it's proven to work. So the question kind of is, where is it here? How do you get it? And is there even any more left in the first place? And on top of that, like, how did he, I guess, deal with all of these creatures, all of these demons? There's a lot of questions that still go into this that still haven't been answered. And that's good. It's good not to answer everything right off the bat. And I'm excited to find out more. I'm excited to see what more this series has in store. It's very good so far, though. I'm very invested. I like the characters. I like the story. The animation is obviously amazing. It's just really good. Mappa's just really been hitting it out of the park lately. Like, you have Jujutsu Kaisen, which just started season 2 recently. You have Chainsaw Man, which season 2 will definitely be coming at some point. And you have this. It's like, come on, Mappa. Like, just keep giving us all these awesome anime. I'm game for it, like, legit. Yeah, I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see what this series is gonna do with all of this. I just wish the cannibal courtesan wasn't killed so quickly. But I am interested to see more of how this goes down. Also, to find out that Sagari is like the lowest rank to Simon because she's too rigid to rule following is interesting. As is the idea that, oh, the Shogun doesn't actually care about you following the rules. It's like the Shogun would actually rather have you break the rules and come back with the elixir than follow them and fail. It's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense if you think about it. So we still see, even after that, though, Sagari is sticking to her rules, like keeping Gabimaru bound and everything. But I don't think that's gonna last. I don't. I don't think that's going to continue. Obviously, Gabimaru is going to need his hands freed. And although he is still plenty deadly with them bound, but it's definitely just not going to be able to last. I am nonetheless hyped for what's to come. So tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of Hell's Paradise? Let me know, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.